Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to THFE Productions. I'm Oakley Highdef, and we're going to be continuing our coverage of Destiny news. So right here, I'm basically just going to recap what Bungie released in their update on their website. So this is just going to be a kind of a recap of what they talked about. So it's entitled New Beginnings by DJ, and essentially what they do is this is kind of like their weekly updates. They do say, however, in this that they are mostly going to be, there's so much Destiny news that they're going to be coming out with information more frequently. And I'll quote this later. They say essentially that the old cadence of March, essentially the weekly updates, they say is not enough to cover the amount of Destiny news they want to get out there. So they're going to be having these reveals pretty frequently over on Bungie. So you can go over there and look at them firsthand, or you can keep track of it here. We'll get out with the recaps, and then we'll analyze the information more in depth. But anyways, this information basically starts off recapping what Destiny is about. So they have 3 points. 1. Destiny is an action game set in an amazing and mysterious new universe. If you love first-person shooters, if you enjoy Bungie action games, then you're going to love Destiny. 2. Players are the center of our world. You create a character and you grow and customize it over time. 3. Destiny is designed from the ground up to be better when you play it with your friends. You can have solitary cinematic experiences, but Destiny is built from the ground up to be cooperative. Then they go ahead and sprinkle in that they have a lot of information that's going to be coming in the next couple months, and I'll go ahead and quote their teaser. We'll water all the little seeds we hope are tumbling around in your brain now that we've begun to pull back the curtain ever so gently. We'll tell you about the Earth, and the city, and the tower, and the guardians sworn to protect it. We'll tell you about our new frontier, and the enemies scouring the bones of our long-forgotten worlds. We'll show you how incredible it feels to see a fallen captain's ethereal soul ripped from its body after you've dusted his crew with your Gravesend MK.28 heavy machine gun, shattered his absorption shield with a perfectly placed pulse grenade, and delivered a final thundering shot with your beloved hand cannon. We'll show you how satisfying it is to tactically carve through the suppressing fire of a fortified Cabal warbase with your fire team, gouts of oil, geysers of steam, and shimmering loot punctuating your victory as you go. So that's essentially kind of a synopsis of what they're going to be releasing. So in there you see little snippets, references to different weapons, shields, grenades, all that stuff, different experiences and different locations in the game. So after that they go ahead and they open up the mail sack. So what the mail sack is it's Bungie's way of allowing the community to ask questions. So you can go head over to Bungie, submit something to the mail sack, and then they'll open it up and start answering select questions. So I'll go ahead and read you the more interesting ones. So the first comment they reply to is essentially what they label it. It's kind of everything. Everyone was asking the question, what in the world was up with those 4 Bungie guys on Sony's stage? So they're not just talking about why was Bungie, over at the PS4 launch, whatever. They're asking about why they look so ridiculous. Look at this image right here. They all vaguely staring out. It just kind of looks weird and goofy and a little bit awkward. So they go ahead and answer that in a typical Bungie way, which I love. So here's the quote from them. I know, right? We've been chasing the answer to the question from the moment we picked ourselves up off the floor and stopped laughing. Details are still murky, but from what we can gather, Marty may have instructed our 4 friends to, quote, keep their hands out of their pockets. We also may or may not have a men's warehouse directly below our studio. We're going to love the way you look. We're going to love the way we look into the void. So right there in the image, you can see them kind of poking fun at themselves, looking a little bit goofy, and that's fun to see from a studio developer, poking fun at themselves and having a more human side. That's really what I really love about Bungie. It's not only the fact that they're answering these community questions, but they're able to poke fun at themselves anyways. Then further questions. A guy asks, when will the weekly updates return? And this is what I said earlier. So according to Bungie, they say, honest answer, we don't know yet. There's a lot of Destiny left to unpack, so much so that we're not sure the old cadence for that March will be good enough to get the job done. In the meantime, we're going to continue to ask you to drive the conversations with the mail sack. So basically what they're saying right there is, as I said earlier, they're going to have these updates right here that aren't necessarily weekly. They may be more frequent than that. Same goes for the podcast. It might not be weekly, it might be more frequent, just as they're trying to get into the groove of things. Next, this is from a Unisar64. They ask, your page for pre-orders on the homepage tells us, quote, some exclusive incentives available now to reward the first players who reserve their copy of the game. What kind of incentives are those, in-game or otherwise? Then they talk about the fact that some participating retailers will be able to give you extra posters. You have double-sided art that has maybe Cabal on it or Fallen, different kinds of things, and they say if you pre-order through Amazon, they're currently offering digital wallpaper featuring the Destiny logo. So there's all sorts of stuff with different groups, but Bungie wants to assure you guys that there will be exclusive content. It just depends on which retailer you're getting it from, so be sure to check before you purchase anything in terms of a pre-order. Next they ask, what differences will there be between current generation and next generation versions of the game? Bungie replies, we've been planning for multiple hardware platforms from the very beginning, and while we can't get into the minute technical details of each console, we're fully committed to delivering our full version of for Destiny on every console we ship on. Currently, that list is PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360. So that's kind of interesting that the PlayStation currently, according to that list, will get a new generation game. I'm guessing as soon as the new Xbox 360 is dropped, they'll announce that they're also developing it for that. Also interestingly enough is the fact that the PC version is not listed there, and of course we're not waiting for a new PC to be dropped, so that does kind of imply that they may not do the PC version, although as they say this is the current list and it could change anyways. This product is still out for development, and they still have a long way to go before it's done. Next they go ahead and ask, how annoyed are you by all the Destiny questions? In response, Bungie says, are you kidding? We're not annoyed in the slightest. It's frustrating not being able to answer all your questions. They go about saying that they love answering questions and love connecting with the community. So I would urge you guys to go over to Bungie and go ahead and submit a question in the mail sack. Just delve in and around the forums. Bungie's a really welcoming and open community. Next they ask, has Bungie set a release date for Destiny? And then in response they say that's definitely one of the questions we can't answer. So I've made a video about that previously, where according to early agreements they were going to release it in the fall of 2013, but that date seems to have been moved back by at least a year, so we're going to have to hold on for this game. But at the end of the day, as I mentioned in that video, that's probably a good thing that they're waiting to have a finished product. And yeah, that about wraps it up for this video. Then they go ahead and post a cool picture of the majority of the Bungie employees right there. So it's cool, it's friendly. I love the way Bungie handles their community outreach. So thanks guys for tuning in. Go ahead and check out this article yourself to see more details and answers, and also check out the mail sack. Additionally, we are working on a bunch of videos, so I'll go ahead and tease those right now, and as soon as we have those up, I'll probably link them here. Otherwise, stay tuned to the channel. We're going to be looking into not only delving into the information we've seen so far, so in terms of weapons, vehicles, analyzing the new enemies, and analyzing the new potential factions, what their backgrounds might be, what we anticipate them to sort of play as, what the different classes are going to be like, and also we're going to do some fan speculation that has been well researched. So stuff about the theory about what the Hellmouth might be, how that relates to the Hollow Moon theory and all this stuff like that. Then also we're going to be bringing you guys an in-depth look at the parallels between the Destiny story and the Seven Heavens in terms of biblical and mythological stories and references. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys around. Stay tuned for more news and our other videos. So thanks guys, I'm Oakley Hadif and I'm signing out. Peace out guys.